family, this is Sister P at Sisters Vegan, the 40-year vegan, coming to you from my commercial kitchen here, and we're here to show you some nutritious meals that you can cook and that I've cooked for my family over the years. Today we're going to be cooking some of my homemade famous chili. It's inspired by my grandmother, Big Mama, who showed me how to do this, and I just tweaked it and turned it into a vegan dish. So if you follow me, shortly we'll be showing you how we do this dish step by step. First we're going to add a little water to our pot. We're going to pour in our black beans. Remember, moms, we can either boil these ourselves the night before, or we can buy the organic ones. Now I'm going to add some of these crushed tomatoes. They're organic. You can buy them in the can, or you can actually cut them yourselves, whatever your time frame allows for. And now I'm going to add some of the actual juice from the black beans, of course. We want all our nutrients. We're going to add our tomato paste. This is organic tomato paste that I found at the health food store, so you know we try to buy organic as much as we can, just because we just feel like it's better for us and it helps to save the planet. And we're going to stir up everything. And we're going to let that cook and let that simmer. This needs to cook probably about 10, 15, 20 minutes, just so it can start getting thick on us and the tomatoes start to stew. So we're going to cover this and let it go on and cook down some. Okay, so while the chili is boiling and stewing down, we're going to start another pan here with the vegetables and all our spices. So I'm going to add a little olive oil, of course, to start everything off. I like extra virgin olive oil, of course. Now I'm going to add some more of the stewed tomatoes. This way they'll be more like fire roasted and give the chili a nice flavor. And I'm going to allow that to cook down for about 5 minutes before I add anything else, just so that I can start getting the tomatoes all nice and fire roasted before I begin to add more seasoning and more of the other vegetables to the pot. Very nice. First I'm going to add, of course, my diced green peppers. Of course, organic. That's what we put it with. Don't panic, guys, it's organic. Next I'm going to add, of course, the onions. Diced onions. And finally we're going to add the minced garlic. And then stir up everything, keeping it all nice and even. So of course I'm just going to check my beans meanwhile. Because you know beans, they'll get away from you if you don't pay attention. It's up to you, really. Turn my fire down, adjust my fire, because it's starting to come together nicely. Remember, it has that tomato paste in there, and those tomatoes are cooking down at the same time. So it'll get thick pretty quickly. You just want to make sure you keep your eye on. For the balance of my flavors, I'm just going to add my seasoning. I like to add my seasoning to the pot because I feel like it allows them to bloom and bring out more flavor before I add them to the chili. First I'm going to add some chili powder to the mixture. I'll add quite a bit because of course it's called chili. Now I'm going to add a little onion powder. Then I'm going to add some cumin, because that cumin gives it a nice earthly balanced taste. Now they're starting to look beautiful. It smells wonderful. Okay. Now I'm going to add, of course, a little heat, because we love heat. And that's a little sriracha. And then I'm going to add a little tamari, gluten-free tamari. Tamari is made from soybeans. Tamari is like soybeans, fermented soybeans. Finally, I'm gonna add a little, my favorite, spike. I've been using this for over 40 years. It's like a salt balance. It's like the original Miss Dash, really. And then take a moment and stir everything. Okay, the tomatoes are properly cooked. I want to turn this stove off and just add them. They smell wonderful to my pot of chili. Okay, now I can start to smell that chili. It sounds like dinner time. It smells like dinner time in here. Let's check that chili out and see how it's doing. Give it a stir. Okay, it's starting to thicken up just like I like. Yeah. It's starting to thicken up. Now we only got like 2 more ingredients to add to it. And then we'll just cook it a few more minutes and it'll be ready to serve. Now this is my texturized vegetable protein. I'll show you guys how to make this later. This is like a ground hamburger meat that we use in our tacos. We use this in making veggie burgers. We also use this in our chili. Anything that you can do with ground beef, you can basically do it with this. Now we made our own, but they also sell these in the store for sake of time. They call them vegetable protein bits. Okay, I'm going to add this to our chili. It's going to also help thicken our chili and give it like that hamburger meat kind of flavor without having any meat, and it's full of protein. That's why it calls Texturized Vegetable Protein, otherwise known as TVP. Okay, so I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to stir this up. As you can see, it's going to get it'll get thick really quickly. So guys, you have to watch this. It's sort of like a risotto once it gets like this. You don't want to go too far. But with those beans and that TVP, it will swell on you real fast, and your dinner will be ruined if you don't babysit this just a little bit. This is the only time that we really need to be over the pot. The other time you could be pretty much hands off or hands free. Okay, now this is our final ingredient. I'm adding some ketchup. So I know you're probably like, Dad, she added definitely a different thing. I've added tomato paste. I've added tomatoes, diced tomatoes, and now I'm adding ketchup because I just feel like it helps to build the flavor. Now you can see already this hasn't been on 5 minutes and it's starting to thicken. We give this about 10 minutes, let all the flavors marry together, then we're gonna have some wonderful vegan chili. Okay, so you know that chili is simmering hot, like simmering hot. So we let it sit here a minute and come together and melt all the flavors. I decided to pair it with my grandma's hot water cornbread. I will show y'all how to make this in a future episode. It's really good and really easy, and it's hearty. Now, of course, let's taste all our hard work and see how it tastes. Of course, again, this is all vegan, all natural, and of course, it's even gluten-free. So is our cornbread. We taste it. Now that's good. I'm taste a little of this cornbread because you know that's the star of the show too. Because you can't have cornbread or chili without at least some cornbread or crackers or something. Let's take that and see how we like it. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. I'm loving it. A lot of people have been making this, I said, for my children, you know, since they were a little bit. They used to call this not cornbread, but also not hot water cornbread, but they used to call it cornmeal pancakes. So it's kind of cute. I want you guys to try this at home. It's very simple and very delicious and nutritious. It's Sister P coming to you from Sisters Vegan, the 40-year vegan. Please, can we ask you to do 3 things for us? Please subscribe to our channel. Also push that notification button. Give us a thumbs up so we can continue to bring you these good vegan recipes. Recipes that are tried and tested on myself, my children, and my grandchildren. So please come check us out. The 40-year vegan, Sisters Vegan. And remember, always, nothing has to die to feed you. Everything deserves life. Let's have animals around the table, not on the table. Peace and love, family.